You're right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special Handball Hits. And as you can see, this evening I'm joined by some very special guests. So we've gone Hawks heavy this evening, which is always a pleasure. We're joined by Donna Hankinson is here and Carl Barnes as well. Donna, let's start with you. How are you? Are you well?
I'm a bit tired after yesterday. It was a bit of a long day. It's a bit of a trek down
Well, don't
there.
give
But
anything away yet,
yeah,
Donna. Don't give
yeah.
anything
Other
away.
than that, good.
And Carl, I'm going to give one little thing away here for everybody watching because in this we've got your Premier Handball League winners to announce for men's and women's. So, Carl, let me just ask you a question. Finished celebrating yet?
That again, sorry, couldn't quite hear that.
Finished celebrating
Well,
yet?
unfortunately, I couldn't play over the weekend, but I think the lads have seen loads of pictures. They have been celebrating well, so no, well deserved for everyone. But I think it's been a bit of a heavy one for the whole team.
A bit of a heavy one for the whole team. It's been a wonderful, wonderful season. Now, coming up in this show very shortly, we've completely given one of them away, but we are going to reveal your men's and women's Premier Handball League champions for the 22-23 season. What a season it has been. And then after that, of course, we do have the semi-final draw live for you for the National Cup. And Hawks men's team are going to be in that draw. So very exciting for you guys anyway, isn't it? Right, let's first of all then announce our winners, shall we? Let's start with the men's Premier Handball League. The season drew to a dramatic close yesterday at Stoke Mandeville. Bit of a trek actually for you guys, wasn't it, from northeast Manchester? But it was worth it, wasn't it? Because you guys are the men's Premier Handball League champions for 2022-2023. Congratulations, guys. Carl, how does it feel to be champions once again?
You can't ask for anything more, really, can you? Back to back. As I said, well deserved from before. We fought out the whole season. So, yeah, you can't ask for anything more.
What's been a particular highlight for you this season, Carl? Is there anything that's really stood out for you?
Just the fact I think they were unbeaten so far for the season. So, yeah, I think otherwise it's just been every game's been quite tough to win. A good game to play. So, yeah.
How about you, Donna? You must be incredibly proud.
Yeah, and I actually didn't realise we hadn't been beaten this season till Carl said that. So that's a nice reminder from Carl. Obviously, I flew down there in my helicopter, hence why I've got the headset on, because I'm actually getting ribbed like anything off the lads on the WhatsApp group. So thought I'd give them some more to take the mickey out of me about. But no, it's been, I think what's been good for us actually is, I think if I told people that we trained 90% of the time without a goalkeeper at training, they probably wouldn't believe us. Because the goalkeepers that we have travel from far afield to play for us. So to actually put in those performances with the kind of tough time that it is for us training without a keeper is pretty unbelievable. And I do actually say, if we trained as a squad a little bit more often and had a goalkeeper at training, it's quite scary how good we could be, to be fair. And we don't have that consistency of the same squad all the time, but because we have a big squad, I think we can 9 times out of 10 turn up with quality. And obviously players in time. So I think to kind of win the league again with the same core group of players that we've had for a long time, albeit with a few new introductions this season, is pretty amazing, and it says a lot about the club really that we've had some of the players for as long as we have. I think they care about the club, they care about each other, and they're a great group to work with. I'm really proud of them all.
Well, we're going to come to you very shortly, Carl, and actually mention about staying with the club for a long period of time. Before we do that, though, if anybody is giving Donna a bit of stick for her Pilot headphones that she's got on at the minute, don't do it in a WhatsApp group. Do it on social media so we can see it as well. Head over to the England Handball Association YouTube channel and comment in the live chat section if you do, or at Live Sport Now on YouTube. Either's good. It doesn't matter which one, but if you do, we can show it on screen as well. So, but it's not gone 9 o'clock yet, so you've got to keep it clean. All right, for us to show it on screen. So if you do want to have a bit of a rib, please do get in touch with us. Please comment below. We can see them. Carl, let's just talk about what. Sorry, Donna, I've really thrown you under the bus here, aren't I? Carl, let's just come back to Donna was mentioning there about staying with the club. You've been with the club since you were a little nipper, weren't you? Tell us about your journey in handball. How did you get involved, first of all? And I mean this in a good way, answer the question in a good way. Why have you always stayed with the Hawks?
To be fair, it's always just felt like I'm going to get a rib for this in the group chat, but it's always been like a family and it's always been looked after. So yeah, as I said, I got into it from my older brother playing it. He joined from Haslingden when that was a club. So yeah, just carried on from there, started with the juniors and just worked all the way up to the seniors as we are now. 10 years now, I think it is, 9-10 years. So
where do you see yourself going with the club and in handball in general? Obviously, surely Europe, we want to be competitive in Europe, don't we? That's one of the things that we want to see England handball doing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if we can play abroad, then obviously it's going to be good for England handball. Promote it a bit more, but yeah, just get us on the radar a bit more for everywhere.
Fantastic. Somebody's commented, actually, they can't wait to see the draw. They want me to get a move on with this. Well, you're going to have to wait because we've got a lot to touch on, and this is important.
Are we that boring, Ian?
Oh, yeah, are we that boring? It's not you, Donna. It won't be you. It won't be you or Carl. People get fed up with listening to my voice this season, probably. Right, let's just touch on the Women's Premier Handball League as well. Another thriller down at Stoke Mandeville for the Final Four at round 3 yesterday. Huge congratulations. We are broadcasting to their Facebook page. And Olympia Women, they are your champions for the 2022-2023 season. So congratulations, Olympia. They are the Women's Premier Handball League champions 22-23. Donna, I'm sure you totally agree. Olympia are wonderful competitors, right?
It's a great club, to be honest with you. I think there's a lot of correlation between both clubs, not just the fact that we both play in yellow and black, which it can often be cause issues when we have games. But there's a lot of correlation. They're a real nice club to play against, and to be honest with you, the standard that they play season in, season out is quality. Most of the time they're good losers, but nobody's a good loser 100% of the time, are they? But yesterday, I think our girls, we knew we couldn't finish first or second yesterday, but we just wanted to put them under pressure, give them a game, get Rice, London Eagles a bit excited because they stayed to watch the game because they knew if we'd won, they'd won the league on goal difference. But to be fair, I think they were nervous yesterday, Olympia, because they knew what was at stake. So they had everything to lose. Yeah. We had nothing, and they came through in the end. And from what I've seen in the 3 games of the playoffs, they deserve to win. And that's what happens in a league. Generally, the team that wins deserves to win. Obviously, it's sad that London GD couldn't be there because I love playing against London GD too. And I know I think they finished top in both their leagues. And I think Olympia actually only got through to the playoffs, the women, based on the fact that London GD weren't allowed to kind of move forward into the playoffs, which I think is sad because they're another team of quality, but the opportunity opened up for Olympia and they made the most of it, and they should be really proud of themselves, proud of how they've played this season, both the men and the women. Like I say, it's a great club and a club we've modelled ourselves on over the years.
Fantastic. Very well said indeed. Carl, you'll have experience of playing the men's team, of course, equally fierce competitors, aren't they?
They are good team it's when you play them on court. It's always a competitive match against them. You know that. We always know that going into it. But then off the court, they're always a sound team to play against on and off.
Now, how have you found, Carl, let's start with you. How have you found the new league structure for 22-23? Because it split off into region, didn't it? So obviously NEM Hawks playing in the Men's Premier Handball League North section. And then, of course, it goes down to the Final Four. That's a sort of 14 table, doesn't it? 3 matches you play in the Final Four. How did you find that structure, just playing the Northern teams in a regular season?
A lot less travelling, which was nice.
That was the idea, wasn't it? I think really try and save costs, really.
Obviously, we miss playing the London teams because obviously that's where some of the better teams are with the competition side. But otherwise, there's still some really good teams up here. who really push us to obviously be our best, and obviously push us to the last, to the end of the game each time. So otherwise, no, it's one of them. I do miss playing the London teams throughout the season. It just makes us think that we've got to be ready towards the end of the season, like we have done when we got to stand up in these big games.
Fantastic. And Donna, your thoughts on it? Happy with it?
Like Carl said, kind of much happier. We've done that travelling for about 10 years now, and it's a killer. And I do find it quite amusing sometimes, because I know the London teams don't like travelling north, but they do it. They used to do it once or twice a season. We were doing that week in, week out. I have missed the competitiveness of playing those clubs and the atmosphere of the games when we play those teams, especially in London, because they do tend to be really good atmospheres. But I've been pleasantly surprised at the depth, actually, of the teams in the north. And I think if it remains split, I think what we will see is those teams improve more and more, because I think there's good standard bearers in the north as well. Ourselves, Nottingham on the men's side. On the women's side, it's been great to see how well Liverpool have done there in the semi-finals, and I wish them all the luck in the world. I hope they get there to the final. I hope they win, to be honest. No offence to any of the other teams. And then also to see the development of Loughborough. I think, as somebody who's obviously really tried her best to develop young English/British talent, to see the quality of those girls coming through at Loughborough has been quite breathtaking for me. I'm really excited about what's happening with girls handball at the minute. Absolutely gutted that we've had the amount of injuries we've had with the girls team, because I think at the back end of the season we've not been as competitive as we'd like to be, and I would have liked to, I think we could have given anybody and everybody a run for the money. But I think I like the split. What I'd maybe like to see slight change to how the playoffs have done, rather it being done over 3 weekends, which has been a bit of a killer, to be fair. I'd like to, and there's no consistency with the venues. The venues have been different sizes. Some venues you can use resin, some venues you can't. So really, it's not a level playing field for all the teams for me, because on any given day, if you're playing without resin, for example, it can cause a real turn to the result. So for me, I'd like to see the playoff Final Four be a bit like the format of the Super Cup, the British Super Cup, where it's played over one weekend. You can make a real event of it. You have a semi-final on the Saturday and a final on the Sunday, which I think you replicate a great atmosphere then, and I think the clubs would really buy into that. So be interesting to see if England handball could look at that and take that on board.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. I mean, that's the point of it. It was something new for the season. It seems to me that it's been a success for its first campaign, but you never stop learning, do you? Just quickly, Don, a little bit of love for you on social media as well. A comment there, Emily Lucy Madison says, "Go on, Donna." I'm assuming you know who she is.
Yeah, she's our line pivot. You're not allowed to say line player. That's old fashioned now. Yeah, she's our pivot player. She's a star, Emily, by the way.
Brilliant. Fantastic. Right. Let me take that down and we can have a little look at starting to do the draw here. Are you excited for this? So coming up, we are going to be doing the men's and women's National Cup semi-final draw. Yeah, like what I did there, it's like an advert break, wasn't it? Dead fancy that. Right, we're going to start with the men's draw. We're only going to start with the men's draw because in my wheel of handball fortune, that's the teams that I've already put in. So this is the teams that are going to be in the draw for the men's semi-final. So, of course, very big interest for you guys in this one, Donna and Carl. NEM Hawks in there, of course. Olympia in it, London GD, and it's either going to be West London Eagles or Manchester. Now, that quarterfinal game, I believe, is going to be played next Saturday. I believe that's the 29th of April. That is when we will find out who the other team is going to be in the draw. Right. Let's bring in our magical wheel of fun and fortune. Okay. There it is. All right, now this is the height of technology. As you can see, the teams are listed in our wheel of Handball Fortune, and whichever one lands at the top will basically be the first team out. That will be the first team drawn. It's really, really simple. Couldn't make it any easier. Right, let me just ask you a question, Donna. Which team drawn first? Let's just play. Let's just have a bit of fun.
I just think we're going to get London GD. I think it's nailed on. I don't know why, but we always seem to end up with a really tough team in the semi-finals, and I'm not saying the other teams aren't tough. But we were talking about this yesterday, and I think all of the lads have got the same funny feeling as me. But let's go for Eagles and Manchester first out of the hat. There you go.
Eagles. Carl, what about you? What are you going for?
I'll go for us first out of the hat. Yeah, I'll pull us.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Let's find out, shall we? Let's spin the wheel of Handball Fortune. Semi-final National Cup draw is now under. Oh, I didn't even know it. I didn't know it made a noise. How cool was that? Who's it going to be?
Sounds like my knees, that, Ian, to be honest with you.
I was wondering what that sound was last week. First out.
Oh, there you go.
Wow. Oh, there you go. I like that. Let's get rid of that. So Olympia are out first. So Olympia, who will Olympia be? Is it going to be you guys? Is it going to be Hawks? Let's spin the wheel of Handball Fortune. We're underway. Would you be happy with Olympia?
I wouldn't be happy with any teams in this draw, to be honest with you. Like I say, they're all tough. I told
you it's not going to be you anyway.
Told you we'd get.
Yeah.
Manchester. And Donna, yes, you have predicted correctly. Now, we do have to do this officially. We still have to draw. We need to know which team is going to be classed as the sort of home side. The date for this, by the way, is the 14th of May. I'm delighted to say you will be able to watch it live. Although it's in Oldham, though, isn't it? So it's close for you guys, this one. Let's spin. Are you going to be classed as the home team or the away team? Oh, you're going to... I love that music at the end. It really makes me happy. There we go. That is the first draw done. I'm just going to take that out very quickly. So I'll just add some text for everybody and we can run that across the bottom. But you're going to be playing London GD, Carl. Tell us your thoughts.
Same as last year. So yeah, it'd be good. Obviously, we're not played them yet this season, so it'd be good and competitive as always. It's always a good game with them. Fingers crossed if we can come off with a win, they're out of the way, and then we can just focus on the final after that. But yeah, I think we all had an idea we were going to get GD. It's always how it seems to play out most seasons. So
yeah, you guessed it right, Donna. But it'll be a challenge, won't it? It'll be a test, and that's what you're in the competition for, right?
Yeah, I'll give everybody the lottery numbers as well later on if they want, because obviously I've got some kind of psychic powers. But I can't wait, to be honest with you. I love playing London GD. Be interesting to see what level they're at, because we're coming on the back of playing 3 really competitive matches back to back. Be interesting to see the level that London GD are at, because I'm not sure if they've played any competitive matches since I think their last league game, which is against Olympia, because I watched that on Monday morning at 6, Saturday morning at 6 o'clock before we were due to play Olympia. So I think it'll be a great game, and I'm absolutely gutted it's not the final. I'm not going to lie, because I think, whether we're playing any of those teams, it's always exciting. It's always fast paced, and I really do know it's going to be a really tough match, and it couldn't have been. Well, I think that's the hardest one to have drawn out of that group. So, and I'm pretty sure they hopefully think we are the toughest draw for them as well.
I hope you're not going to blame me for that then. Completely random, by the way. It is completely random. I have absolutely no impact over this whatsoever. So your men's semi-final draw for the National Cup to be played on May the 14th, Sunday the 14th of May at Oldham Leisure Centre is Olympia versus West London Eagles or Manchester, and London GD taking on Carl Barnes and Donna Hankinson of the North East Manchester Hawks. There we go. That is the men's semi-final draw for you done. Now we're going to turn our attention to the women's semi-final draw. Let's roll VT. Yes, rightio. Let's get into it, shall we? Let me show you the teams involved in the Women's Cup draw. Here they are: Olympia, Northampton, West London Eagles, and Liverpool. Donna, what would be the standout fixture there, do you think, if it could be drawn?
I think what's going to happen is Northampton are going to get drawn against Liverpool, and Olympia will get drawn against West London Eagles, which will be interesting because I think Eagles have beaten Olympia twice this season, but when it mattered, Olympia turned up, didn't they, in the playoffs, and turned the result around. So that would be my prediction of the way it's going to go. I think the Puritans would like an Olympia West London Eagles final, but myself, I would love to see Liverpool get to the final because I know a lot of that squad, and I know I've coached a lot of the girls in that squad as well, and I think they've been absolutely brilliant this season.
Big shout out to Northampton as well for getting in there too. Carl, let's come to you whilst we bring the wheel of handball fortune in. Who's going to be drawn out first, do you think, Carl?
Well, go for Liverpool.
Right. If it's Liverpool, you don't win anything, but everybody will know that you, Carl Barnes, were right. Here we go. Let's spin the women's semi-final draw for the National Cup is now underway. The first team drawn is... Oh, it's exciting, isn't it? Olympia. Okay. Olympia will be classed as the home team for that particular one. So you said West London Eagles, didn't you? You said that, Donna, you think Olympia will get West London Eagles.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you something. If you get this right as well, then my word, I definitely want the lottery numbers from.
Mic drop moment.
Mic drop. If you've got a pen there, so you can drop the pen.
Yeah, I've got lots of pens. This is my desk for work.
Can I just say, this is completely random as well, by the way. Donna cannot read into the future. This is not pre-recorded either. We are live right now. I can tell you it is exactly 27 minutes past 8 on the 23rd of the 4th, 2023. And here we go. Let's roll the handball wheel of fortune, shall we? Who's it going to be? If it's dark green, then Donna Hankinson, quite frankly, is a genius. It's not. It's Northampton.
Close, though.
Yeah, close, but not right. Still. So Olympia v Northampton, then the first one out the hat. So we definitely know Liverpool will be playing West London Eagles in the second group. Of course, we just need to know who is going to be classed as the home side. So let's just spin the wheel, shall we? Who's going to be the home team? It's going to be Liverpool. Right, there we go. That was an awful lot of fun, wasn't it? I enjoyed that. What did you make of that, Donna? What did you make of that draw as well for the women?
Again, I think there'll be some really interesting games. I think Liverpool will. The quality of Liverpool will surprise Eagles, but I know that Paul will have them well prepared. But for me, I don't know. I think there'll be a couple of exciting games there, to be fair. I think Olympia have already played Northampton this season, and I think they won twice, but I'm not 100% certain. But anything can happen in the Cup. See that from season to season. So exciting times, to be honest with you. And interesting that, and good that there's a couple of clubs in there that wouldn't normally or haven't been in there for a while. So I think the atmosphere at Oldham that day, because Liverpool will bring a proper crew across with them. I think it'll be a really good atmosphere.
Yeah, I certainly think so too. And Carl, your thoughts on the women's side of the draw? Of course, no Hawks in it, of course, but Olympia Northampton. I mean, great on Northampton for being there as well. They, of course, they do play in the Premier Handball League, but there's a lot of. I mean, you guys, the women's team, you thought maybe would be there too, and there's a lot of opportunities, isn't there? So just getting to that semi-final is pretty impressive, right, Carl?
Yeah, absolutely. It's always it's just always getting to that stage, and then just hopefully you can win it and get through to the final from there. So hopefully there'll be close matches, neck and neck, and there won't be a one horse race.
Absolutely. A couple of people getting in touch as well with us, saying, do you have a date for the semi-final and final? Yeah, as we've mentioned before, the semi-final is going to be on the 14th of May. I am delighted to say as well, you can watch that one. We will have the full camera rig there as well. So you'll be able to watch Olympia versus West London Eagles or Manchester in the men's, as well as London GD v NEM Hawks. Of course, you'll be streamed live again. For the women, it'll be Olympia v Northampton and Liverpool versus West London Eagles. That's going to be at Oldham Leisure Centre. And if you do want to come down, by the way, if you are watching and do fancy it, feel free. Just come down to the Leisure Centre. You come down and watch. You know, more than welcome to. I'd love to see you. The final is going to be in Nottingham at David Ross University on Sunday, the 11th of June for that one. So that is when it's all going to be played. Right, Donna, Carl, I really can't thank you enough for joining us. It's been so much fun. Huge congratulations as well to the NEM Hawks men team on picking up the title. And of course, huge congratulations to Olympia for winning the Women's Premier Handball League. Just quick confirmation as well to everybody. As you can see, the draw for the Women's National Cup semi-final has been made. The fixtures are Olympia will take on Northampton and Liverpool will take on West London Eagles. For the men's semi-final draw, it looks like this. It's just running across the bottom of your screen now. Olympia will take on West London Eagles or Manchester, and London GD will take on NEM Hawks. Do keep up to date with the England Handball Association website. There's a link in the body of this broadcast. Wherever you're watching it, give it a click. It will take you straight through. It's just been done up as well, actually. So if you haven't been on there for a while, do go back, because it has been updated quite substantially over the last couple of months or so. And don't forget, head over to the England Handball Association to watch the semi-finals live of the National Cup. I will be there. Jack Oliphant will be there as well. Donna Hankinson will be there, and Carl Barnes will be there as well. And if that isn't reason enough to tune in, quite frankly, I don't know what is.
I actually won't be there. I'm on holiday.
Mic drop. Right, actually, do you know what I was just about to say? Paige Schofield was due to join us, and she is not quite here. She was almost here. She almost made it. Paige Schofield's almost here. It looks like we've lost Card already. He's decided to go, but no, he's back. He's back. But that is a wrap, actually, guys. I just want to say a huge thank you for joining us. Really, really do appreciate it. Donna, I won't see you at sometimes. You will be missed, of course. Carl, I will see you there. Don't forget, tune in, watch it all. I have a little announcement for you, actually, and everybody watching too. Throughout the course of the season, we have been broadcasting 2 games per month, plus our Handball Hits. Donna, how many people do you think have tuned in to watch the Men's and Women's Premier Handball League this season? Live. Have a guess.
1,500.
Sorry, 1,500. 1-5. You think that's how many people have watched the Men's and Women's Premier Handball League this season? Carl, I'll give you a clue. That was a terrible guess by Donna. But Carl, go ahead.
192.
No, it's going to be more than that, Carl. Come on.
Probably not quite as many as yours, though.
Right. We have had, I can confirm, don't forget we've been broadcasting 2 games a month throughout the course of the season. Last week, when we did the final for round 2, we ticked over 100,000 people have watched the Men's and Women's Premier Handball League this season. So thank you to you guys watching as well for tuning in. We really hope you've enjoyed it. And next season, we are going to be back as well for the Men's and Women's Premier Handball League. We've got some fancy new graphics as well for that. But don't forget, there's still more handball to bring you this season with the semi-finals of the National Cup. It will be live. The final will be broadcast live as well. Carl, Donna, thank you so much for joining me. I really, really appreciate it. It's been an absolute pleasure. Don't forget, head over to the social media channels for England Handball for all of your updates. And Donna, Carl, everybody watching, have a nice evening, and we'll see you in Oldham next month.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.